Latest news break coming in. President Pranab Mukherjee, in the second volume of his memoir, The Turbulent Years, 1980 to 1996, has said that it was then Prime Minister P.V. Narasimha Rao's inability to prevent the demolition of the Babri Masjid that was his biggest failure. Well, that is the latest coming in. Pranab Mukherjee, second edition of his memoir. We want to tell our viewers that Pranab Mukherjee is going to do a three-part edition of his memoirs. The first one is already out, and in the second one, explosive details where the Babri Masjid demolition is concerned. More details coming in. Blaming former Prime Minister Narasimha Rao, who at that time was from his own party, saying that it was his inability to control the Babri demolition. And how matters took a dramatic turn after the demolition. He also says that the former Home Minister also did not have enough grasp on the situation. Well, details coming in of the second edition of President Pranab Mukherjee's memoir. He is penning a three-part edition. The first one, of course, had a lot about the Indira years. The second one, in which few details now filtering out, where he has talked about the Babri Masjid demolition, which practically changed the political discourse of the country. And he says very clearly that it was the inability of the then Prime Minister. It was Prime Minister Narasimha Rao who was at the helm of affairs, and it was his inability to control the situation. Therefore, the demolition took place, and after that, matters took a dramatic turn. I want to connect to our executive editor, Javed Ansari. He's on the phone line with us. Javed, will you give us details? Because, the first edition, the first part of Pranab Mukherjee's had given, rare insight into what we can say the Indira years. The second one, the second edition now, talking about the Babri Masjid demolition in particular.
Yes, it does. And it much of what Mr. Pranab Mukherjee has said in this book is known. There is very little that is not known. The fact that the BJP, the state government of BJP, had promised the union government that it would ensure that the Babri Masjid would not come to harm, yet that happened. We also know that there was inaction on the part of the then central government headed by Mr. Narasimha Rao. He was Prime Minister then. S.B. Chauhan was the Home Minister. And it is a well-known fact that despite clamour from action, both from within government, within the Congress party, and outside, they did not, many people view this, are of the opinion they did not show the sense of urgency that was required in marshalling the forces to try and protect the Babri Masjid, which was demolished thereafter by Karsevaks. So what Pranab Mukherjee has said is not something new.
Right.
This has been in the public domain for long. Mr. Fotidar has mentioned this in his book, and so have others in the past.
Well, stay on with us, Javed. Let's also bring in our consulting editor, Rajdeep Sardesai, right now. Rajdeep, with what Pranab Mukherjee has said in this second part of his memoirs there, he's been a little kind to his government then.
Well, the fact is that, as Javed rightly puts it, there is nothing in what Pranab Mukherjee is saying which is dramatically different from what has been the narrative of the role that the Rao government played, or the failure of the Rao government that eventually led, it is widely believed, to their inability to stop the demolition of the Babri Masjid. I think Pranab Mukherjee has only signaled the fact that this was the one incident, December 6, 1992, that cast a huge dark spot on the Narasimha Rao government, and in a sense is admitting to what has been widely believed, that Mr. Rao simply did not do enough to stop the masjid demolition. There have been supporters of Mr. Rao who have tried to suggest that he was misled by the BJP and that he was taken in by the assurances that were given to him. But the truth is, and this is coming out, Madhav Godbole, also then Home Secretary, has revealed in his memoirs that Mr. Rao was simply inactive. Now, whether that was deliberate or whether the passivity was simply because he failed to appreciate the gravity of the situation, that we will never perhaps know. But the fact is that Pranab Mukherjee is only pointing towards a major lapse during those Rao years.
But, Rajdeep, do you reckon that, the fact that whether it was deliberate or he didn't quite know is open to conjecture? Pranab Mukherjee has restrained from revealing a lot more?
I think he has. I think both in his first volume and in his second volume, you will find that Pranab Mukherjee's memoirs have tended to avoid making any extravagant, controversial statements. He has chosen by and large to play by the book, simply retelling facts as he saw them. At no stage has he tried to target any individual. Even Narasimha Rao in the book also comes in for a lot of praise. So it's not as if Pranab Mukherjee has written these books with an idea of vilifying any leader. There will be a question mark, though, Preeti, interestingly, whether a sitting president should write and release his memoirs while he is in office. Because the moment he has released them, they will be subject to some kind of public debate now.
Well, point made, Rajdeep, and what would be interesting is that third edition, when we could probably shed more light on the Sonia years. Appreciate you joining us, gentlemen. Rajdeep Sardesai and our executive editor, Javed Ansari. Thank you.
He's been stellar in his performance at Adelaide, unbeaten at 90. So we had a Virat Kohli fan in Pakistan, a Pakistani national, who then had Virat Kohli's posters out in a big way. And
when there is an issue of keeping the conscience of this nation, we will not go back from that. And I will not go back to the past to tell you what you have done. But we believe what we did is the right thing, and we will make sure that